video is sponsored by GoDox.
Welcome back to the vlog. It has been 1 year since I started this project, and I just want to say thank you. You know, the idea that I could vlog and talk about fatherhood and divorce, and that anyone would find my pretty mundane life interesting, it's special. Like that, I appreciate each and every one of you that take time out of your day to watch my videos. I know they're long, I know they're up and down, I know there's sadness and joy and emotion, but I wanted to make videos that were different than what I saw because they were what I desired. I love the idea of vlogging, I love the format, I love the intimacy, but I wanted to tell real stories. Like, I don't want it to just always be going on vacation and fun stuff and products and all that, because life is way more complicated than that. And what you guys have helped me to create with the Dad's Diary series, as well as now Pages, is rewatchable vlog episodic content that unfortunately doesn't come out fast enough. But we'll talk about what it's been like documenting my life for a year. But first, breakfast. Now, I've always loved the idea of vlogging, going back to the Casey Neistat days. And I always admired the fact that, you know, at one point Casey had vlogged for like 800 days, which is an absurd amount of time, crazy consistency, and probably not possible for a single dad. I knew there were going to be things I wouldn't be able to maintain if I started. So I just basically said, I'm going to make my content real because it's way harder to be fake than it is to tell the truth. I don't spend time cleaning my place before I film. I don't sit here and change clothes and make sure I look perfect. Like, I have found that I'm probably most creative, most productive as soon as I wake up. If I wake up and I had a dream or I had an idea, I just start recording right then. I don't wait until the sun is perfect outside. And yeah, there's probably a penalty for that. Knocked out lunch, she's off to school. Now it's time to get in here and hit these comments. I just dropped Dad's Diaries episode 2, season 2. Thank you so much for everyone who has been, you know, really supporting this video. But there's just not a ton of stuff out there like it on YouTube, so it's very difficult to do something that's different. Like, YouTube really likes the searchable stuff, the products, the get ready with me's, the hauls, like that kind of stuff. I really, really believe these videos, and I understand that they're probably not going to do super well in terms of search, but my core people who really rock with me, you know, you guys always come through with amazing comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry if I don't always respond right away, but that's really because, like, I'll see your comments, but I want to really sit on it. Like, I really want to think about what you're saying because you took the time to comment on my video. And I remember the times when I first started when nobody was commenting. You know, I knew eventually people would show up, but, you know, it's hard to put yourself out there like that. So now that people are commenting, like, I really cannot thank you guys enough because, you know, I'm never going to get rich off this channel. I'm never going to have 1 million subscribers. And to be honest, the idea of having a significant amount of subscribers on the content that I make would be hard for me because, like, I don't want that, people in my business like that. The idea of creating a community around the stuff that I do talk about is great. I don't know if it's sustainable to do content exclusively like that. You know, that's why we started Pages, and, you know, we do the how-tos and the behind the scenes and the hauls and all that other stuff, the cleaning videos. And there's definitely going to be a bunch more of that coming along. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now, is like refining a process, because I do see that it's working, but I know if it keeps going in this direction, eventually it's going to get to the point where my output is going to have to increase. Dad's Diaries, for sure, it's as I feel, but everything else, like, it's got to be more regular. So I'm working on it. But yeah, let me get in here and check out some of these comments. Also, I have completely rearranged my room. Let me show you the space. So basically, it's just the bed only in here now. I took everything else out, put it in the closet, which is why you guys saw me come in here and put the motion lights in. Whoa, yeah. So we got the motion lights. I went ahead and added one down here. So when I get out of bed in the middle of the night, well, oh, wait a minute. Did it die? All right. So the first of the motion lights has died, but it's weird because it's the one by the side of the bed. But whatever the case, I put a light down here so that way when I get out of bed in the middle of the night, I can step down and not worry about tripping or busting my face. But yeah, installed a light over here so we have lights on opposite corners. The bed got crazy comfortable. I'm going to show you guys that in a future video. And I put a desk over here so I'm not super cramped up on the bed. But having a laptop has been a complete game changer. It's just allowing me to like be more flexible with my space. The living room, on the other hand, TV's currently here. I'm going to put it there. But yeah, shoot in the same space. Time to switch it up. Season 2, new angles, new perspectives. You know what I mean? I'm in the same space, so how can I make it different? We can rearrange things. So let's grab some color so we can head to Home Depot. So we're gonna head over to Home Depot because we're gonna touch up some paint. There's like a bunch of stuff I'm gonna be moving around. There's gonna be holes all in the wall. So let me turn the power off. It's safe. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove this. Maybe. This is the color. It's not quite white. It's an off-white. But I had to remove this electrical outlet right here. Remove the outlet, put a hole in the wall. We're going to get a drywall kit as well as some paint over at Home Depot. And they're going to color match this thing for us. So, you know, one thing I know is like I got to get my processes in order. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I won't say I've been inconsistent, but I do know that there is a level of consistency that separates casual creators from, you know, somebody who's really doing it. And as a creative professional, you know, my schedule is up and down right now. It's headed down because we're headed into the winter time. It's definitely like I got to figure out how to start working on multiple videos at the same time, coming up with some kind of schedule, coming up with some kind of just a system. I mean, that's the word. The word is system. And this past year was just mostly experimenting, you know, seeing what works, seeing what does well, trying different types of formats. And, you know, you've been doing this for a while. I think it's easy to kind of get comfortable and not want to change because like you have what you think is a process. But, you know, you guys know I like the cinematic content. Well, that is slow to produce. You know what I mean? And if you have limited time like I do, it's going to be tough. And that's why anyone who asks me like how to do this stuff, like if you're not already doing it, I don't know if I would because it takes so much out of you. We're hitting Home Depot because building requires the right materials, the right processes, and the willingness to live under construction until the job's done. See, not everyone's going to see the vision, and that's okay, because blueprints rarely make sense to those who can't see the finished structure. But as the architect, it's your responsibility to trust the plan and to ignore the noise. Just any holes that I see that need to be filled, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill them now. And depending on how late I stay up tonight, maybe we'll do it tonight, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I'm not sure. Because one thing I've learned is pace yourself. It's a lot harder than it looks. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I totally fell asleep. I was hoping to get a coat of paint or two up on the wall, but it's fine. You know, I had a plan, and you guys often ask me, do I plan out my videos? Do I script my videos? And it's kind of like yes and no, right? Like I always say no because everything that I record is pretty much unscripted. I record everything, but what I'm constantly doing in my mind is like going through the things I know I've recorded and then trying to figure out where the story lies. Like what's the thing? Because what often happens, and maybe it's what makes it seem like very scripted sometimes, is when I'm living life, like I just have certain thoughts
you know, there's certain things on my mind, there's certain concerns I'm having or whatever. And when I go back and look at the footage, that's when it becomes apparent to me. Like, I don't know that when I'm filming it. I don't know that I'm being insecure. I don't know that I'm being um, jealous or emotional or whatever feeling I'm at. I don't know that. But as I'm editing, typically, I realize I can't hide it. Like, it's like if I were to take the part out that is the theme, then the video becomes dishonest. There's a story behind everything, so I just tell the story. I'm at that critical point. In order to go further, in order to go to the next level, there has to be a bit of systemization. There has to be a bit of acceleration. Like, I have to kind of get serious. What's that Jay-Z quote? They look at you strange and say you changed, like you worked this hard to be the same. It's going to take me different effort to get different results. Getting here was, you know, one route, but to go further, I'm going to have to do things a little bit different. I'm going to have to be a little bit smarter. I'm going to have to get better with titles and thumbnails. I know these are still things I'm not very good at. I know that, you know, just from my experience, that my subjects are not necessarily going to be the ones that are going to do the best in the algorithm. I don't think I ever want to have this massive channel, and I put a lot into these videos, time that I could be spending out working on some other project or getting a second job or going to school or whatever. And you know, I definitely think I was insecure about it for a while, you know, but in my other life, you know, I am a professional artist. And as a professional artist, I know what my skill set is worth. This whole year has been practice. It's been experimentation. It's been figuring out what works. It's like, in order for me to wake up and get this shot, like right away, I had to know kind of where things go. I had to know kind of what is going to look good. And for the last year, I've been experimenting and figuring out those things. I came across this quote last night that just hit me so hard. Like, it really, I felt like this dude made this video for me. Let me share it. Let me share it with you. To conduct the orchestra, you must turn your back on the audience. I don't know if it's about content creation. I don't know if it's about life. But I have a pretty good idea that it's about leadership. You can get this idea that it's important for you to always listen to your audience. And I'm not saying that I don't listen to my audience, but hear me out. I've done content for years. And there was always like been a people pleasing aspect to it. Like, this is what people want. This is what people like. This is what works. This is what I know. And this iteration of this channel for me has been the first time as a channel, not just as a singular video, that I said to myself, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care what happens. I'm doing it in a way that's unproven. There's no other creator out there that I'm like saying, okay, if I just do exactly what this person does, that I can bounce off of them. Like, it's kind of risky, you know what I mean? Like, to put a lot of effort into something where it's not proven. There's no blueprint. But at the end of the quote, it goes, the applause comes afterward. I know I've seen those same videos you guys have if you're a content creator, where it's like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And my issue with all of that has always been, if you're the first person to do something, all everyone around you is telling you is, well, that's not going to work. And then after you make it, or after you succeed, then everyone uses your blueprint as the way to do it. Like, all those people who are doing those videos now where they just sit in a field, or the guys who ride the lawnmower up and down, and that's their video. Or the people who did ASMR, the people who did silent videos or whispering videos, or people who just sat on camera and just watched themselves playing video games, or they do a 2-hour straight yap session, or I've seen those videos where people study and they do 8-hour videos of them sitting there studying with like 15-minute breaks. Like all of these things that people have become massively successful at were at one point not proven, were not ways to do it, and they were probably ill-advised, but those people chose to make something that spoke to them. There's a way easier way where I just sit down, spew some negativity, do a little bit of rage bait, talk about everything that's trending. I could get numbers, man, but I don't want to get them that way.
GoDox presents the Cube OP3. The Cube OP3 is light and tiny, weighing only 7 grams with a low profile, which is perfect when you're vlogging on the go and don't want to draw any unwanted attention. The Cube OP3 also acts as a remote, which can wirelessly activate the shutter function for solo creators like myself. Personally, I love the wearable necklace. As a busy creator, I'm constantly cooking, building, or being active, so holding a mic can be inconvenient. But the OP3's magnetic necklace is ideal for capturing premium sound in any situation. With 18-watt fast charging that powers it to 100% in only 35 minutes, and an impressive 10-hour battery life, the OP3 is built to keep up with your entire filming day. I want to thank GoDox for supporting creators with tools to stay focused on what matters most.
So I'm switching back over to the Osmo Pocket 3. I know a lot of you guys came from content that I made on this particular camera, but I gotta be honest, I'm not using it as much as I used to. And it's not because it's not good, it's just because I've kind of switched up my style a little bit ever since I got the Insta360 camera. So anyways, our friends over at GoDox sent me this, the GoDox Cube OP3. Now this is a wireless microphone, if you didn't get the creator combo, but like I said, for me, I like this camera, or I like this microphone because it's wearable. Some people clip their microphone to their camera, or some people clip their microphone to their lapel or whatever like that. But one thing I've noticed, I've been testing this microphone out for a little bit. Personally, I just think the audio quality is actually better when you wear this thing versus when you clip on the DJI Mic Mini, which is what I usually use. They basically agreed to just let me give it away. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna keep this one for myself, but again, shout out to GoDox. If you're looking for a wireless microphone, this is the Cube OP3. I'll talk about it in a future video, just as a little thank you to them, but this one's for you guys. So this is my giveaway for you. It's still in the shrink wrap and everything. So if you have a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and you need a microphone or you need a second microphone, comment Cube OP3 and we will see what we can do to get this thing sent out to you, because you guys made it happen. So thank you. We're gonna take this bracket off, obviously, and then we're gonna move it to that wall. We're gonna patch these holes. I'm trying to figure out how to get this mount off. I can never remember how to do it, because like you move a TV like once every 2 years and you don't quite remember where it goes. I'm looking at the TV mount on Amazon so I can figure out how to remove the TV. So I've already measured this out. Basically the TV right now is approximately about, I think, 8 feet. It's about 8 feet from this wall. So I want to have it this way, because this will put me about 14 feet from the wall, which is probably better for our eyes. But the main reason I'm doing this is because of the lighting. I kind of feel like content creation is a life hack, because if you take out followers and money and subscribers and opportunity, if you just take all that out, you will grow so much creating content because you're just forced to.
Maybe it's feeling like I'm ready. Just spread my wings and make it. You never were the one that caused me damage. If we would spend another night, you take me close and hold me tight, and I don't think that I can let you go and walk away.
just looking at the space now, that shelf is definitely off center. It's like super annoying, but sitting down is so much more comfortable because even though the TV it's just a little higher than it needs to really, but at this distance it's much more comfortable. So gonna have to finish rearranging everything. It's like 4 o'clock right now. This is so different. The main reason I wanted this, like I said, I'm shooting in this space all the time. The depth that I'm able to achieve now is just so different because I was so tight before. Like it's fine. It's probably the same space, but really because now I can move the camera back further, I can get closer. There's just a lot of advantage, not to mention the light is now coming in from the side instead of backlighting me or hitting me, straight on. So a lot of new options, but that first year, like I said, was really a lot of experimentation, figuring out what worked. This is the most fulfilling, YouTube channel I've ever had. Like I've had some cool ones, but this one feels like just right. So again, I'm going to keep saying thank you because, at a certain point, I'm going to turn my back and I'm going to get back to work, and it might be questions, but just know that we're trying to get somewhere. It's just occurred to me that this video has been going on for way too long. So let's wrap this thing up first by thanking our sponsor, GoDox. If you guys are interested in winning a Cube OP3, you have a Pocket 3 and you need a microphone, go ahead and comment Cube OP3 in the comment section. I'll come up with some way to do like a random drawing, and the winner will be announced in a future video. What can I say, man? 1 year vlogging, it's been incredible. Thank you all who have been watching. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the community that I'm trying to build here. If I can give any advice to anyone who wants to go on this journey, I know you've been told by everyone, do not vlog, do not vlog, do not vlog. All I can say is that everyone's journey is different. You start doing this, you think it's going to be one thing, and you realize something else. Like, you have to really get out on the path to figure out what works for you. And even now, I'm still figuring it out for myself a year later. Certain things that I expected to be true, I found out were not true. Certain things that I thought I was definitely going to do, I decided not to do. So, there's no real way of knowing what's going to work for you until you start. And that's why everyone's always telling you to just post, to just get stuff up. It's very easy to get into the trap of focusing on views and subscribers and comments without remembering that these are actual people. The relationships that I've formed over the last year have been what's made this whole thing worth it. The comments are not just validation. They are a doorway to a connection with somebody else. And without the people who comment, none of this really matters. I mean, having the vanity metric of subscribers or views means nothing if you can't also have those real conversations. I feel like if you're making honest content for the right reason, you're going to form the relationships that make it absolutely worthwhile, whether you make a dime off of it. Once you meet that first person who touches you, or you have that conversation, or someone brings you into their world, or they share an intimate part of their life with you, it's hard to go back. Thank you again to everyone who supported me over the last year. Thank you in advance to all the new subscribers, and we're going to keep this thing going. My name is Aaron. I make content in my life as a recently divorced single dad and creative entrepreneur. If you want to continue on this journey with me, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you in the next one.
Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing. Ain't nobody moving the way that we moving. Hop out the Sprinter and shoot us a movie. And get us some jewelry. Rocking the newest, but that shit ain't new to me. Watch how I do it, you think that it's two of me. They just be fluffing and that shit is foolery. Coolin', but that shit ain't cool to me. I'm as hot as it gets. Yeah, they not on the list. Took a shot of success. Hit nothing but net. Yeah. But they hit the rim, changed up my number and took out the sim. I'm on my hustle, I'm back in the gym. I can be humble or I could go in. I go for the win. We got it next. That's how you finesse.